The Joe Rogan Experience.
How do you guys write songs? Do you write them do you come to each other independently? Do you collaborate like only in studio? Do you write them in studio?
We've, for the most part, always just made them up, just improvised them.
Like in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then said you liked it. Let's try to put that down again.
We just sort of gravitate towards what we like, and then just start building on it. And all the stuff that doesn't work, just push it away and just keep going forward.
Do you have disagreements on what works or doesn't work when you're inventing?
Not really.
No?
Not usually. It's always been like that ever since we were 16 and 17.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't think, the older I get, the more I realize how special that is. You know, I always took it for granted. I mean, I remember when we were trying to audition bass players, we had this one guy try to come and play with us, and I just remember it just fucked everything up. It's like we couldn't even play. It didn't even sound like us.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
It just didn't work. And then when this other person left, all of a sudden it sounded like a big band again.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It was weird.
I mean, we learned to play together. I never even played. I never played drums with anybody aside from Dan. And me even playing drums in the band is like because it was a kind of an accident. I only had a drum set because I wanted to be a guitar player, and I wanted people to come to my house and play the drums with me. Before I had a driver's license, I got a job washing dishes and bought this drum set. I bought everything you need for a band, and it was like my friends would come over, and they were all pretty much better at guitar than me. But Dan came over, and he was like the best guitar player of all my friends, and I was like, fuck, what do I do, bass or drums? I was like, well, you can't just jam guitar and bass. I sat down at the drums, and that's what we did in high school. So we learned to play together, man. So because of that, there's like there is like a psychic kind of connection.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we play now on stage with a couple other guys, and it's good. It's easy. It's fun. But there is something when the two of us start playing where it is we can like work in between beats. You know, it's pretty liquid. Our goal has never been like to be this tight, kind of rigid, like you know what I mean. Like tightness isn't something. It's more about like the energy, the feeling. It's hard to describe, but it's like
Yeah, we never worried about if we got it perfect. It was always is this the one that feels best? Always most important.
Yeah.
Do you write the lyrics down? Do you write the music down? Like
Sometimes
once you made it up?
I'll write lyrics. Sometimes I'll improvise words. A lot of the new record was a lot of like improvising syllables and words.
Really?
Yeah. There's just no rules, absolutely no rules. But a lot of times I'll be singing a melody while I'm doing chord changes, but I can see Pat. You know, that's the thing that we've always done. We've always been able to see each other when we play and record. So, you know, and go with his movements and follow him that way.
So you guys just know each other so well. You can
Well, you know,
see when he's turning.
we hadn't been in the studio together for 5.5 years, and we didn't do any pre-production or anything. And the very first idea that we had made the record.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's just
That's
a
a
thing
crazy,
we've had.
crazy connection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
That's so unusual.
It really is. The older I get, the more I realize that.
Well, you guys have been together for so long, and the thing with bands is like keeping
But
it together.
this is my first band. It's our
That's
first. I was
crazy.
never in another. Like the Black Keys was like the first real band I was in.
Yeah, it's the first real band I've been in.
It's so crazy.
So I didn't know any different. I thought all bands felt like this. Do you know what I mean?
That's the saddest thing when you see bands and the lead guitar player is mad at the singer, and you know it's like, oh, guys, come on, really?
Yeah, it's always over some dumb shit. It's usually like someone's wife is
Yep.
like fucking mean. And,
Yeah, wasn't that what the David Lee Roth?
Hey,
Van
we've been
Halen
through
thing?
that shit, man.
We've been through it, man.
Yeah. Oof.
It's like
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard, you know. I mean, like,
Oh, yeah.
if I could go back in time and give like our 22-year-old selves one piece of advice, it would be like, don't tour with your girlfriends until you like have a kid and they can come out for a couple shows. Just avoid that shit. And also probably like don't really have a girlfriend till you're like in your late 20s probably.
What's the problem with touring with the girlfriend?
Dude, it's just a codependent motherfucker like me that it was just really hard. I had to get through. I've grown up a lot, you know what I mean? But Yeah, it's just hard. It's like the hard part is that I'm up for the work and Dan's up for the work. And when we're on tour, like I go through periods of time where I get phone calls, be like, "What the fuck are you doing, motherfucker?" You know, or like I miss you, like that guilt, or it's just like I'm like literally in the back of a Ford Econo van, like with like a torn up copy of TV Guide, reading it for the 5th time because we don't have any money, no cell phone, or like with a Nokia phone, like getting the guilt trip and stuff. It's like too real to even talk about. Our first tour, I remember Dan having to stop at the payphone every
Look at him
fucking hour.
laughing.
Dan'd be at the payphone every hour, and Mike'd be like, I remember my brother Mike was with us. I'd be like, oh man, like, sucks to be Dan. And then like literally like an hour later, it'd be like, I have to get to the payphone myself. Dumbasses, man.
But you have to go through that. You have to learn to appreciate a good relationship. You got to go through those. Where the fuck are your
You got to
relationships?
go through it. Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Is like, it's what I guess what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Although I read somewhere that that's not actually true. It like
Some shit kills
fucks your body up.
Yeah, some
pretty
shit
hard.
just takes the years off your life. Maybe it didn't kill you.
Yeah,
Took a
Well,
decade off your
I mean,
longevity.
you know, that's why we're able to get to this spot where here we are, 2019, and I don't think we're insane people. We're pretty close to the same people we were when we were in our 20s.
Still wearing some of the same T-shirts.
I'm not, because they're way too small for me now. But yeah, you know, I think that there's a time like maybe 2012, our shit was really blowing up. I mean, we could do no wrong, and I bet there's an alternate universe for sure where we turned into complete dickheads.
An infinite number of
Infinite number of dickheads actually out there.
We died multiple times at the chateau.
It's like, yeah, in this version of reality, Dan and Patrick don't play the Spike TV video game awards. They overdose at the Chateau Marmont. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you have to appreciate though that you guys have gone through quite the gauntlet. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
I think that the best thing that ever happened to us is that we didn't experience success till our 6th album. And it is, because if we would have got that when we were 23, we would have never been able to sit down and realize what fuck was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Everything about us has been just sort of
Ridiculously
it's
synchronistic.
yeah, but it's also that kind of luck and timing and
Right, but that's where the simulation comes in, bro.
I think that's just where I think that's just where like the uniqueness and the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing about life, is that it is certain things are rare. It shouldn't be that crazy that a relationship like Dan and I's is so rare, but it is.